Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here, and welcome to BMTV. As you can see, Mr. Chris Horne is back with us. Hello, Chris.
Hi, Greg.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And today, well, Chris, I'm not 100% sure what you're going to do, but you have been doing some training for the last couple of days. And the day of filming, you've been training doing organics. So I feel, looking around, there might be some organic-y. You're going to organify something.
That's the word.
That's a Chris Horne word.
It is.
But before we do that, what's this behind us?
Well, there's a lot of trends. You know, so we need to be on top of the trends to obviously make sure that we sell as much. And one of them is tropical colours. Yeah. The whole tropical thing. So this is a new colour from Sempertex. Yep. Called Raspberry, and it just teams so well together with the yellow and the lime green, and then this fantastic pineapple.
I love this.
I think it's brilliant.
It's really funky.
So it just really works together. So I thought I'd pick up on the tropical trend and introduce a new colour at the same time. Yeah. Bring in some organics as well, because that's trendy, and then another trend of hoops. Because if you look around, the hoops are appearing everywhere. I'm very old, so I remember I was actually a florist at the time when Andrew married Sarah Ferguson, and their bridesmaids carried these hoops, floral hoops, and nobody had ever seen anything like that before, and it was massive for a while. Got so fed up with them, it was unbelievable. Every bride wanted hoops for forever, and then it kind of faded away, but it's coming back. So I've seen a few bridesmaids carrying hoops in some of the magazines and on social media and whatever. We're making hoops with the phrases across the top, as balloon people have been doing that for a while now. There's a big trend in big hoops for photo frames and backdrops and all of that.
As per your organic training.
All of that.
Very big hoop.
Very big hoop. So I thought we'd pull that trend in as well. And do a centerpiece idea with the hoop. So what I've got here, because we don't need to spend ages showing people how to attach balloons to a thing, I don't think. But what I thought might be interesting, so I've left a gap in the middle so you can see what's going on, is to show that you can buy these things if you want to, but if you wanted something a little bit cheaper and maybe more disposable or whatever, you can make your own.
So you've made this one yourself?
I've made this one myself, yes. So I've got literally a square of wood. I bought a plank of wood that was 20 centimetres wide, 2 metres long, chopped it up into 10 squares. So it's very reasonably priced to do that. And this is plumbing pipe, flexi pipe.
All right,
this stuff here, which you can pick up from any DIY place, and it's nice and flexible.
That is the stuff I feel like. Oh yeah.
And it's white already.
So you've got to give it a bit of...
Little bit, yeah. So I cut a tiny bit of dowel, poked it in the end there, so that it joined the two ends together.
I see, yeah.
And then I literally, as you can see there, with the thing,
just put a couple of screws in.
Screwed it down to the base.
Yeah.
It's white already, so you don't have to do anything with it, other than a little bit of sandpaper to get the...
oh, that just comes off with a bit of sandpaper?
Literally a bit of sandpaper and it comes off.
Yeah.
And it's done.
Yeah.
You could do the same thing with a hula hoop that you purchased from somewhere, but they tend to come in rather garish colours. So I quite like the idea of the white.
The hula hoops crease quite easily as well.
They're
do,
quite easy whereas this is really very flexible and very easy to work with.
So that base and the hoop itself would cost not a lot of money.
Not a lot of money. I think this was just over £2 for this, and the base was 50-60p.
Yeah.
So by the time you put it together, less than £3, which I think is quite reasonable.
And cost that into the job, and this is going to be something different, unusual, and you'd be able to charge the right price to get that back, no problem at all.
Yeah. Or if you fancied, obviously charging a deposit and getting the back, you could do that. But I probably wouldn't. So a little square of wood, spray paint, bit of thing, job done. Easy peasy. Wrap on your balloons in whatever style you like. You could do classic, you could do organic, however you fancy, but just keep it so that you've got your sight lines recommended. So I'm going to just add, so it's done a little bit strange here, but I needed to leave that gap so that I could show you what I'd done. So I've had to put a little bit of ribbon around there so that I can attach this afterwards. Normally that would go on first and you wouldn't need the piece of ribbon.
Oh, I see, okay.
But that's literally
so how would you attach that on normally? Or would
you can hook the balloon the neck of the balloon underneath the edges
Oh,
of the
right.
hoops,
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it just pulls in.
Yeah, I see.
So that's okay. But because I did it the other way round, I needed to have some kind of an attachment point.
Yeah.
But that's then filled the centre in there. Take off the bits that I don't want, and then I'm going to just add in then a few small balloons to get the tropical colours in. These are all fashion tone, because I think for this particular theme, the tropical theme, the fashion tone works better.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting, you know, sometimes I get asked why there are so many different finishes of balloon. We've got the metallics, and we've got the satins, we've got the fashions, we've got the crystals. Why are there so many? Why are there 5 different reds? And until you actually do something like this, you perhaps wouldn't realise, but the fashion tone raspberry, lime and yellow looks much more fruity than the metallics do.
All right, okay.
And so it's just the visual texture of the thing is actually quite important.
I guess that's the sort of thing you'd normally get from experience. So just trying different colours and seeing what works for whatever situation.
And I well remember quite some time ago doing a 1950s party and using pearl pink and pearl sort of mint green and all of those colours, and it was fine. But then I did it again a little while later, and I used the fashion tones, and it was 10 times better.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just the density and the texture of the thing, and it is important. It really is important that some of these things just have that.
So what is
the right texture?
The fashion tone?
It's shiny, but not metallic.
Okay.
So you've got your crystals, which are transparent.
Yeah.
You've got your fashions, which are opaque, but just sort of shiny, and then you've got your metallics and satins that are opaque, but have that metallic finish to them as well. So you've got the 3.
So your standard balloons.
That's what the fashion is.
Fashion,
yes.
okay.
Yeah. It's just the term that is used by that particular manufacturer.
Yeah.
So Sempertex call their standard balloons fashion.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's how that works. So then I'm just putting in a few white roses here and there, just to give it a little bit more of a floral feel, a little bit more of a organic look.
We're finding that people are really. We're selling a lot more of the flowers now than we did to start with. People are really, and yesterday at training, a couple of florists there, and talking to them, and they are now combining balloons with their flowers, so going the other way.
This is something that I'm really enjoying, because I've been doing training on and off for a very long time, and the hardest thing for years and years and years was getting florists to come on board with balloons.
Yeah.
And I kind of understood it, being a florist myself originally, but it was very frustrating because I took the plunge, and I realised quite early on the enormous benefits of combining the two together.
Yeah.
And I was trying very hard to get other florists to realise the same, and there was a lot of resistance for a very long time, but I think that resistance is finally breaking.
Well, I think the whole organic theme is helping as well.
That has definitely helped. Yes,
well, I guess it was the same with twisters, wasn't it? For years, twisters would not use any round balloon at all, and decorators wouldn't never use
the long ones.
Yeah, the long ones. So.
And now it is. It's all coming together really nicely. I'm going to more or less do. I think we'll have one more there.
So you're just using your creative eye
I am.
to decide what goes.
I'm basically making it up as I go along.
Don't tell people that.
Sorry.
That's skill. Is that what we learned yesterday on the organics course?
Yeah.
So everybody stands up. You stand up in front of everybody and just say, "I'm making it up as I go."
Make it up as I go along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the case, everybody. That's not really what happened.
No, well, it is and it isn't. You do, when you get to the point where you are really familiar with the product and all the rest of it and the style that you're after, then yes, you do make it up as you go along. But you also know what you're aiming for and how to achieve it. So it's not quite so random as it may seem.
I think that's the key thing that people learn in the organics course, is that it looks random, but it's not.
But it's not
as random.
No,
there is a secret.
There is definitely. There are yes, many secrets really from that. Yeah, if you just literally went, it really doesn't look very good if you just stick to the random approach.
Yeah,
it doesn't work. So you've got to have at least some kind of plan somewhere. So there we go.
I didn't show you the feedback forms yet for yesterday's training. Huh. Lots of people saying best training course ever been on.
Oh, isn't that nice?
I know.
That's good. Thank
Somebody
you.
even mentioned the sausage rolls, which of course
those,
should be.
That's what it's the only reason I come, Greg. It's just only for the
Stop
sausage
saying
rolls. There we are. So we've got a hoop.
That's
we
lovely.
put in your flowers. It's a change. It's a little bit of a variation, and it works really well. So this is all air filled, of course. So that's yet another thing that we need to be very aware of. You don't need to use any helium with this at all, but if you want to, you can. So you pass me those 3 over there. I just got 3 of the 12-inch raspberry, inflated to 11, because that's what we do, and then a little bit of 5-inch underneath to dress it up a bit. And I'm just going to attach those. Yes, put the naughty step out.
The naughty step.
Yeah.
I'll put this down on the naughty step.
And I'm then just going to twist these into there. So if you want to add some helium decoration to it, then it just enhances it a little bit further, but it's not necessary.
Yeah. So I have to be honest, Chris, I've not seen many of these. I've seen some. I've seen a few out there on Facebook, but I'm guessing we're going to start seeing a lot more now.
I hope so, because I like this. I think it's a nice style.
Yeah.
Maybe not on every table. I do, if you can, brilliant.
Yeah.
But if not, but it's certainly something that would go well for the cake table, the gift table at a wedding, or the focal point of any event. But they would work just as well on a guest table if you wanted to.
I really like how you've just added 3 balloons there, and then that's changed it completely.
Made it really much more, hasn't it?
Added a lot more value, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Chris, thank you so much for that. As you know, Chris, as a guest on BMTV, you get to ask the question of the week, and I normally
dreaded
forget.
Question of the week.
But I know you've actually got one prepared today, haven't you?
I thought of this in advance this time.
Yes. So, what is the question of the week to everybody out there?
Right. I've used a piece of wood and some plumber's pipe from the DIY shop, and a lot of people, me included, loads of us, we use odd things from different industries, different disciplines, everything, to help us with what we do. So I just thought I'd ask what other weird stuff people use in their balloon work. Because it could be really interesting to find out.
I like it when people use the word weird in a question of the week.
Yeah, weird.
So there you go. Please leave your answers down below on Facebook and on YouTube. What weird stuff do you use?
Unexpected, maybe.
Unexpected stuff do you use with your work? Leave your answers down below on Facebook and on YouTube. Chris, thank you so much for coming in.
Great pleasure.
Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.